Does a championship team need another superstar, or does it just need a guy who knows how to do one thing really, really well? That is the uncomfortable question floating around the Phillies front office right now. Welcome back to the channel, guys. We are deep in the weeds of the offseason, and while the blockbuster moves grab the headlines, it is the quiet, under-the-radar signings that often decide the fate of a season in October. The Phillies have been busy retooling their outfield, saying goodbye to the erratic power of Nick Castellanos and the defensive wizardry of Harrison Bader, while bringing in the raw energy of Adolis Garcia. But let's be honest, the job isn't finished. There is still a glaring vacancy on the depth chart, a specific role that needs to be filled if this team wants to survive the gauntlet of the National League East. We are talking about the fourth outfielder, the guy who does the dirty work when the starters need a breather. The latest buzz from Fansided's Christopher Klein suggests the Phillies are zeroing in on a familiar name to plug this hole: veteran outfielder Randal Grichuk. Now, I know what you're thinking. Randal Grichuk? Really? That's the answer? It's not exactly the kind of name that sends shivers down the spines of Atlanta Braves pitchers. But before you roll your eyes and click away, hear me out. This potential one-year, $4 million deal isn't about finding a savior. It's about finding a specific tool for a specific job. The Phillies have a lefty problem in the outfield. Brandon Marsh is fantastic, but he has historically struggled against southpaws. Johan Rojas offers elite defense but is a black hole offensively. Gabriel Rincones Jr. is a lefty bat, which makes him redundant in a platoon scenario. This leaves the Phillies in a precarious position. They need a right-handed bat with some pop who can mash left-handed pitching and play passable defense in the corners. Grichuk, despite his flaws, fits that description perfectly. He is the baseball equivalent of a specialized wrench. You don't use him for everything, but when you need to loosen a specific bolt, he's the only tool that works. The rumor mill is heating up because the fit is almost too logical to ignore. It's a move born out of necessity, not luxury, and in a season where every game counts, having a veteran who can come off the bench and change the game with one swing is a luxury the Phillies might not be able to afford to pass up. Let's address the elephant in the room: Randal Grichuk's 2025 stat line. He slashed .248, 7.3, 401 with the Diamondbacks and Royals. On the surface, those numbers are pedestrian at best and downright concerning at worst. A .273 on-base percentage is tough to swallow for a team that prides itself on grinding out at-bats. But here is where we need to put on our general manager hats and look deeper. We aren't signing Grichuk to hit leadoff. We aren't signing him to play 150 games. We are looking at his underlying metrics, specifically his exit velocity and his performance against left-handed pitching. Christopher Klein points out that Grichuk still produces solid exit velocities. In modern baseball, how hard you hit the ball is often a better predictor of future success than your batting average. Grichuk has always had legitimate power. He hit 18 doubles and 9 home runs in just 113 games last year, often in sporadic playing time. That tells us the bat speed is still there. He isn't a slap hitter who got lucky. He's a guy who can still punish a mistake. Think back to players like Johnny Gomes on the 2013 Red Sox, or Steve Pearce on the 2018 Red Sox. These guys weren't Hall of Famers. They were platoon specialists who destroyed left-handed pitching and came up huge in big moments. That is the archetype Grichuk fits. The comparison to Austin Hayes or Weston Wilson is apt. The Phillies have been searching for this right-handed hammer for years. They need someone who can step into the box against a nasty lefty reliever in the 7th inning and be a genuine threat to go deep. Johan Rojas simply isn't that guy yet. His value is entirely in his glove. Grichuk flips the script. You sacrifice some defensive range, he's not going to rob home runs in center field. But you gain a legitimate power threat who forces opposing managers to think twice about bringing in a lefty specialist. It's a calculated risk. You are betting that Grichuk's power profile will play up in the friendly confines of Citizens Bank Park, turning those long fly ball outs in Kansas City into home runs in Philadelphia. This potential signing isn't just about Randal Grichuk. It's fundamentally about protecting Brandon Marsh. We all love Marshy. The hair, the energy, the defense. He is a core part of this team's identity. But we have to be realistic about his limitations. Overexposure to left-handed pitching has been his downfall in the past. When he faces too many lefties, his swing gets long, his confidence dips, and his overall production suffers. A strict platoon keeps Marsh fresh, confident, and in positions where he can succeed. It allows Rob Thompson to deploy him against righties, where he is an all-star caliber player, and shield him from the matchups that expose his weaknesses. By bringing in Grichuk, you create a seamless ecosystem in left field. Against righties, you have Marsh providing elite defense and a strong bat. Against lefties, you plug in Grichuk, who gives you a power threat from the right side. It's a classic Moneyball strategy, recreating the production of one superstar player by combining two flawed but complementary players. This also takes a massive amount of pressure off the rest of the bench. It means you don't have to force Adolis Garcia to play every single inning of every single game. It means you don't have to rush a prospect like Rincones Jr. before he is ready. However, there is a flip side to this coin. What does this mean for Johan Rojas? If Grichuk is the primary backup outfielder, Rojas's role becomes even more marginalized. He becomes strictly a late-inning defensive replacement or a pinch runner. Is that enough value for a roster spot? Or does signing Grichuk signal that the Phillies are losing patience with Rojas's offensive development? It's a fascinating subplot. The arrival of a veteran stopgap like Grichuk could be the writing on the wall for the younger players who haven't seized their opportunities. It tells the clubhouse that the organization values certainty over potential right now. They want a guy who has been there, done that, and won't be overwhelmed by the bright lights of a playoff chase. Let's talk dollars and cents, because in a salary cap world, or at least a luxury tax world, every million counts. The projected deal is 1 year, $4 million. In the context of MLB payrolls, this is essentially finding loose change in the couch cushions. It is a low-risk, high-reward lottery ticket. If Grichuk comes to spring training and looks like he has nothing left in the tank, you cut him. You eat the $4 million and move on. It's a sunk cost that won't impact the team's ability to make moves at the trade deadline. But if he hits, if he gives you 15 home runs and an 800 OPS against lefties, that is a massive steal. This is the kind of move that smart teams make. They don't just spend big on stars, they find value on the margins. They find the distressed assets, the veterans coming off down years, and put them in positions to succeed. Grichuk struggled after the trade to Kansas City last year, which has driven his price down. That is exactly when you want to buy. You are buying low on a player with a proven track record of power. It's the same logic the Braves used when they signed guys like Eddie Rosario or Jorge Soler a few years ago. You find the guy who has something to prove and give him a platform to prove it. So, here is the verdict. I think this move happens, and I think it's the right call. It's not flashy. It won't sell tickets. But it makes the Philadelphia Phillies a better, deeper, and more dangerous baseball team. It solves a specific tactical problem without breaking the bank. But I want to hear from you. Is Randal Grichuk the missing piece of the bench mob, or is this just another Band-Aid solution that will fall apart by June? Would you rather see the team give those at-bats to a young kid and live with the growing pains? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get a real debate going. And hey, if you appreciate this deep dive into the roster mechanics, smash that like button, subscribe for more daily Phillies content, and hit the bell so you never miss a breaking story. We are building something special here. See you next time.